All right, it is SNL. Landry Locker, Cody Stoots with you. I have a player who can make or break CJ Stroud. Cody Stoots, in the spirit of hair off the field, the biggest WTF moments in recent Texans history. Did I say that wrong?
That's what inspired this, is CJ getting a haircut?
Yeah, because it's like people upset about the slow news day. Must be a slow news day, CJ Stroud. So yes. The CJ Stroud hair motivated the off-field moments.
Yeah, I'll take a haircut change over all these WTF moments that happened for the Texans.
I would probably do that as well, but I'm not sitting here saying it's the biggest knucklehead moments. It's just the WTF moments plus a gift that you can get your lady before Valentine's Day, and you will absolutely love it. She will love it, and it's actually motivated by Nick Caserio. Nick Caserio.
Jeez, I don't even know where this is going.
Yes, and speaking of Nick was making the rounds today, Radio Row. I listened to him on Payne and Pendergast today, and then I listened to him on 98.5 The Sports Hub, just to kind of gather some clues, just kind of hear what Nick has to say. I kind of wanted to hear how he would be in Boston compared to how he is in Houston. And the one clue that I took away, and I'm going to go through all the clues tonight on the Locker Room stream at 10:30, but the one clue that I got that kind of confirms my thoughts is they got big plans for Jalen Noel in 2026. And I think Jalen Noel could very well be the guy that makes or breaks CJ Stroud in 2026 and in the final year of his rookie contract. I think Jalen Noel and CJ Stroud, we talked about it. I thought they had really good chemistry at times, specifically on the deep ball. Even in the playoff game, CJ Stroud clearly trusted him. He got the ball to where Noel felt he probably should have made the play. Would have been one of the better catches of the season. But you go back to the Seattle game where they stole points at the end of the first half. You go back to a couple of other times. He and CJ seem to have chemistry. And I heard Nick Caserio talking about guys who are working out right now, and he mentioned Togiai and your boy from Utah, the reserve detail.
Junior
Tafuna. And he mentioned Jalen Noel. And he also was talking about the receivers, and he said that, Nico Collins is in a category of his own. And he also said, yeah, Jalen Noel's kind of in a category of his own. And then he talked about, Hutchinson getting better, and he talked about Higgins needing some things to get better on. So I think they got big plans for Jalen Noel. They obviously drafted him knowing that they had Christian Kirk. I call it the chess move drink. I think there's really big plans for Jalen Noel, and I think there's a lot of reason to be excited about Jalen Noel. I'll lay out some stats in a sec, but I just want to get your reaction. Last year with Christian Harris, the guy that I thought existed did not exist.
Christian Kirk.
No, Christian Harris.
Oh, Christian Harris. Okay.
About the stock, the buying the stock of Christian Harris. Like,
gotcha.
The guy clearly didn't exist. I wish Christian Kirk wouldn't have existed. It might not be a breakout. We might be talking about one of the more productive rookie wide receivers. But the Jalen Noel thing, I think there's reason to buy the stock, and I think that they believe in it as well. Christian Harris, for whatever reason, whether it was injuries, they just lost faith in him. But my stock this year, it's all in on Jalen Noel, all of it.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? I mean, the general manager, specifically said he needed to be used more on offense 4 days after the season was over, whatever it was. And yeah, we noticed that all season long. It will be annoying if he has a good 2026, because the conversation likely will be, well, where was this in 2025? You were running Christian Kirk out there in front of him. You wouldn't put him on the field. And look, there is going to definitely be a progression element that you're hoping occurs not only with Noel, but certainly with Higgins as well. But if you get it with Noel, I believe he's the fastest player on the team. I believe he possesses the ability to get deep better than anybody else on the team from a speed standpoint. And I want to see more. I believe in him. I believe there's a lot more than what he showcased. And putting him out there as a regular wide receiver and not just this kind of occasional thing that they put him out there for, that's going to be a fun watch. And he's their slot guy. I would assume he will walk into 2026 as the unquestioned slot receiver for this team.
Yes, that's it. Patrick says a Landry bet is like an Alpha Aaron healthy report. That's very, very hurtful. But I mean,
hey, bro, Alpha Aaron.
I present
here.
the long shots. I don't think this is really a long shot, but with Jalen Noel, and I come bearing stats. Could I interest you in some stats?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm always interested in
facts. So Jalen Noel, I pulled up his 4 years at Iowa State, and I think this is interesting to look at. So you look at this, and you notice his freshman year, he had 39 catches, 269 yards, 6.9 yards per catch, and no touchdowns. You go down, literally every stat improves in every category. Like there's no exceptions to it. Literally every stat improves in every category. Receptions improve each year, yards improve each year, yards per catch improve each year, and touchdowns improve each year. Now, the interesting thing about this is his freshman year at Iowa State, he had Xavier Hutchinson kind of in his way. And that was a guy in his way in a good way because Xavier Hutchinson was actually good. And he was actually making plays. So he had him in his way, didn't have the chemistry with the quarterback. Then the next year they have a newer quarterback, and that's Deckers, who was just kind of a one-and-done guy, kind of a bridge between Purdy. His senior year was where you saw significant jumps, and you saw 14 more catches. You saw damn near 300 more receiving yards. The yards per catch went up, and the touchdowns went up. That was the only year that he had the same quarterback from year to year. That was where he had Rocco Becht from year to year. He's going to have CJ Stroud next year, and he's not going to have Christian Kirk in his way. So I think that if you look at this and you factor in all the clues, I think there's a lot of reason for optimism when it comes to Jalen Noel. And oh, by the way, he was also a luxury pick, as we call it, chess move. So I'm pretty high on Jalen Noel.
I mean, I feel like you've laid it out perfectly. And I would also say, just to add to the likelihood that the slot receiver is featured more, you think about the history of the offense that Nick Caley likes to run, how well it has featured slot receivers. And if there were some things that were keeping Jalen Noel from being on the field regularly, I don't believe there could have been that much that you wouldn't want to put him on the field more. But he's got the opportunity to work those out, and he clearly has shown in college the ability to improve on what he does because he gets more opportunities and he makes more of the opportunities. One thing to get more opportunity, it's a whole other thing to actually make something of it. That's Jalen Noel to a T on those stats that you put up there. So I'm really excited. He's probably, to me, going to be, outside of them getting a running back in free agency that I absolutely love, Noel's probably got the number one spot with a bullet on most exciting player to watch in training camp when it rolls around in late July. It's going to be tough to not have Jalen Noel at the top of that list.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think he's going to have a big year. I'm really, really high on him. I also think Christian Kirk was just in the way of everything. Like it's a fact. Like he was just in the way. They invested enough in him. Quite frankly, the game against Pittsburgh is really what just completely prevents you from saying that's one of the worst signings that they've ever made. It was worse than Randall Cobb. It was our trades. It was worse. But the 144 yards, it was the lipstick on the pig of one of Caserio's worst moves that handcuffed one of your players with the most upside, who probably could have produced. I think it almost handcuffed the offense. And if it weren't for that 144 yards, then we're talking about the Christian Kirk deal the way that we did for the majority of the season. It
failed. It was a swing and a miss on the totality of the move, because he was supposed to come in here. He was supposed to be a trustworthy, reliable, consistent veteran, and he was not those things for the offense. He had one good game. He had one good game when the outcome of the game was in doubt. He had a good game against Baltimore when the game was over. But he had one good game when the outcome of the game was in doubt, and just never recaptured any of that success that he'd had in his previous couple of stops. So, yeah, the Christian Kirk thing was a swing and a miss. I like the move when they made it. And it
looked
good.
It looked good in camp.
It looked good in July. It looked good in August. And then the lights came on and the production wasn't there. So it was a swing and a miss. And I would think that they'll probably, that's not going to deter them from trying that type of move down the road. But that one didn't work.
It didn't work at all. And I don't think they'd even bring him back for like $5 million at this point. I think it's.
Oh, no, I went through the free agents this morning. There's no chance.
But there is something good about it because we are 9 days away from Valentine's, and at NRG, in the spirit of the lipstick on the pig that was Christian Kirk's performance against the Steelers, 144 lipstick is now available at NRG. It is the hottest new makeup at NRG. Get your lipstick on a pig before Valentine's Day. 144 is what it's called. Get your 144 lipstick available at NRG in the spirit of the biggest amount of pink sticky lipstick that you've ever seen on the biggest, fattest pig move in the history of Caserio. You can get your 144 lipstick at NRG.
Yeah, good luck explaining that to your lady. Hey, why'd you get me this 144 lipstick? Honey, it'd make anybody look good, including you.
All we need is one night. All we need is one night. Make this right. Get your 144 if you've had a shitty year in your relationship. All you need is one night to make it right or to make it not as bad. Get your 144 while it lasts.
Honey, why did you give me this 144 lipstick? Well, just go watch the first, 10 minutes of SNL from February 5th. You'll figure it out.
Okay.
That's well played by you.
There you go. Get your 144 lipstick.
Still phenomenal. That's a career high for him. And it happened in that moment, in that game.
It's ridiculous.
And it's just like, that's such a unexpected outcome from somebody who'd given you basically nothing all year long.
Yeah, it was beyond insane. If we're being completely honest, that was beyond insane.
And the Steelers should be embarrassed that happened. And they probably are because they fired their coach and changed a whole bunch of stuff.
They made Mike Tomlin quit. Like Christian Kirk made Mike Tomlin quit.
He'll always have that first time in Houston.
There you go. Anyway, any other hints? Did you hear anything else from Nick Caserio today on Radio Row? He was making the rounds.
He was, when he was talking to the Boston guys, he was critical is not the right word, but he pointed out that they don't ask offensive linemen in college to block like they ask them to block at the NFL level. And I do wonder if
that was when the boomer was going on, like, I think it was Felger was going on like a rant about how he hates how college is.
No, that was later. That was later. Caserio was laughing at him. I thought this was cool because he's like, what trends do you notice? And his big trend was about defense and speed and how that's kind of what everybody's going for now. But then he talked about O-linemen. And so I wonder if that leans more towards pro-style O-linemen, more traditionally coached O-linemen, when we're kind of thinking about the type of O-lineman they'd go out there and get. Do you want an O-lineman who played for primarily a spread team when that's not how they operate? Do you want more of a road grader like maybe some of those Iowa guys who play in a more traditional, closer to the pro style of offense? That's just going to rattle around in the back of my mind as I think about these O-linemen that are coming from college to the pros. Because he got Ursary right, but he's had a bunch of swing and misses on some other stuff with the offensive linemen. So it's still something that I'm a little worried about, but it just kind of was rattling around in the back of my mind as I was thinking about all these O-linemen at the draft or in the draft. So that was one thing that kind of stuck out to me.
Yeah, and I took away some stuff from Sean and Seth's that I'll get into tonight. But I will say we would link the 610 interview. They don't really post it, so they're a little bit slow in that regard. Maybe they will later. But I I liked how when he was asked to break down, I don't know if you caught this. And again, this just fits my own agenda. One of my big pet peeves of the offseason and something that I think they need to address. But they asked him to break down the game. And they were like, they basically just said, what was your game plan for New England? And, what did you really see from the team or whatever? They kind of were joking with him. And he went through the game. He talked about what they did well. He went through the first half. He talked about the comeback. And then he showcased a play that I think we've talked about that I think was the biggest play that there's a chance the Texans could have made this game so much more interesting. And you can tell that Nick Caserio felt it the same way that we did. He talked about Cade Stover's drop.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
He brought that up. He said, we had a chance to make this really interesting. He said, we had a big drop in the red zone, and he brought up Cade Stover's drop. So I like that old Farmer Stover, who can't block and can't catch, and eliminated any chance at life. I like that Nick Caserio, when he's breaking down the play, I like that he emphasized how big of a drop that was.
It was huge. It's momentum crusher, and it
Not
might have
only was it huge. It was a play like sometimes you see a drop and it's like, damn, he almost had that. He could have had that. Like sometimes Derek Stingley will drop like an interception. It's like, damn, he should have had that. But he also ran stride for stride with the receiver. He turned around and he just happened to not catch it. And we know he can catch. Like this was literally a middle school B team catch. Like that was like a dude, if you play any level of football, you should catch that. Like I don't think there's a defensive lineman on the Texans that would have dropped that.
Yeah, it had to be caught. It had to be caught. I mean, just it was a terrible mistake, and he's not showcased the ability to consistently block. He's not showcased the ability to consistently catch the football. And you got to do better in the tight end room.
Yeah, you got to, and I think he might know that. So that was very encouraging to hear from Caserio. It was with Sean and Seth, and then that one was with Felger and Maz 98.5 Sports Hub. You can go right there and click on that one, and it's like they'll take you to the exact point, and they have it singled out. I know it's a different level, but yeah, they did.
He was also scheduled to sit down with Florio, and I feel like Florio always draws like a little nugget out of him.
Florio's gonna grill him on Mixon. Florio's gonna grill him on Mixon. By the way, why is Jonathan Alexander still holding on to this Mixon thing? That was the quote he took from it. Like Mixon's dead.
I could not explain why Jonathan Alexander is still holding on to hope that Joe Mixon's going to play for the Texans.
Why is he playing with this?
I can't explain that.
Quite frankly, the Texans got to have some respect for themselves and move on from it. I think it makes sense from a football sense. I think it makes sense from a logistics/finance sense, but they got to have some respect for themselves at this point.
Yes, you cannot bet on Joe Mixon next year. No, thank you.
No, not at any price. You got to let that go. Kyle Nance, shout out to you, mi amigo, on the chat.
Swarm.
Who says, would you hate Pregnon in the first?
That's Oregon guard Emmanuel Pregnon, for people who don't know the name.
Oregon guard Emmanuel Pregnon. I'll let the guard talker speak on it.
I mean, it would not be a bad use of the pick. He's widely considered to be the best or second best guard in the draft right now. I don't anticipate that a bunch of offseason conversations going to change that. Seems like a pretty solid player. I think he moved around a little bit before he ended up at Oregon, but settled in nicely. A little bit different style of, or a little bit, probably one of those systems that Caserio is kind of critical of from an offensive standpoint sometimes. And I know blocked a lot more in a zone scheme in college than he did in the way the Texans have run the ball most of the time under Nick Caley. But yeah, you can do a lot worse than using a pick on a first round guard. Left guard, by the way, left guard.
Watch this.
Ursery's not enough for me to not think that any offensive lineman they take early sucks. So I'm not really going to break down the guard. I'm automatically going to think he stinks because they picked him in the first round.
Okay, it's a totally fair outcome.
Yeah, so that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Kyle,
so
again.
So you'd be disappointed with a guard in the first round then?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have the 35th pick too, so you can, right? It's 28-35, right?
I thought it was. This will get committed to memory, and then of course, as soon as I commit it to memory, Caserio will change the damn order. It's 28-38.
Yeah, 28-38. So maybe you can hold off on the guard. Give the elite
4 in the top 70. 28-38, 59, 69.
I agree with Kathy. I think Lee Hunter would be an awesome addition.
You're not going to find me being critical of adding Lee Hunter at 28. I'll be all about that.
Kyle says, I guess Blake Fisher's cooked. He'll be in camp. We'll see. Maybe there's a big leap. I didn't see like any improvement last year.
A big leap, what?
To where you can trust him to be a backup? I mean, I'm not
into a new line of work?
No, I'm saying like maybe you can trust him to be a backup tackle.
I would trade Blake Fisher in the offseason if I could. I'd go find somebody else's Blake Fisher at a different position and swap them.
All right. There's a Choppa in the chat is working on all these trades right now. I'm gonna put Choppa in timeout. I haven't put anyone in timeout in a second. I'm just 5 minutes, Choppa. Go work on that deal somewhere else. He's doing like Alec Pierce and Chris Godwin and like Joe Burrow deals. Go play Madden, my friend. You're distracting.
I would not bring Blake Fisher back. I would find a way to turn him into something else.
Yeah, there was. I think the tackle eligible or I think that kind of blind. I don't want to say blinded, but it just wasn't as discouraging, I guess, for many. But yeah, I don't know that Blake Fisher is.
It was an embarrassment.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing. Almost every draft pick after him at the tackle position is a consistent contributor to their team on the offensive line.
Yeah, I just don't believe in Blake Fisher either. I was thinking maybe they could trust him to be
He fucked up their whole offensive line plan not being worth a damn. They spent the entire offseason thinking he's going to be the starting right tackle, and they're going to start Titus at right guard. And Blake Fisher showed up and got worked in OTAs. And I'm like, God, he sucked in OTAs. People are like, Cody, it's OTAs. Da-da. And then they show up for training camp, and they gets worked in training camp. Oh, well, Cody, they had put the pads on. They put the pads on. He's worse. Solomon Byrd got a fucking sounder because he beat Blake Fisher 5 times a day at practice.
I did. Blake Fisher disgusts you. I think you're just ready to move on from him.
It's a hallmark of a failed experiment. Okay, they picked him. A lot of people agreed from a draft prognosticator standpoint that he's going to need a year of seasoning. He played a little bit his rookie year. He was average on a good day, mostly bad. Came back, was bad again. Go find a different way to use that roster spot. Bring somebody else in with some upside, or a veteran who's played a little bit.
Yeah, I think we've just gotten in the territory where just the presence of Blake Fisher disgusts you. If I were Blake Fisher, this is what I would do. I'd do one of two things. I would either ask for a trade very nicely and say, if there's anything that y'all can get for me, please trade me. Or I would go to Walmart and you can do a curbside order at Walmart. You can do it Target. No, let's do Target. Target's got better quality. I would do a curbside order at Target, and I would order an air mattress, and I would have an air mattress in front of my locker and be in that facility every day doing whatever the fuck they want me to do. That's what I would be doing right now if I was Blake Fisher. And I don't even know if that would be enough, but I would be sleeping there. I would be eating in the cafeteria every day. I would be showering there. Like, that's what I would be doing if I were Blake Fisher at this point.
And look, I thought Cole Popovich did a nice job with some of these players, and certainly Ursery getting settled in, he deserves credit there. And Ingram playing better football than a year ago, he deserves credit there. And making it work with Jake Andrews at center when their other options seemingly weren't as good. I think he deserves it. If Cole Povich can turn Fischer into a good player and you have some faith that that's going to happen, I guess keep him around. But I'm ready to move on from that. All the failures of the Caserio offensive line past, I'm ready to get away from that. Laken Tomlinson, you're not playing, out of here. See ya. That's good. Don't let him hang around. Okay. Blake Fischer, didn't work out. You're a reporting eligible tight end. See ya. You're a failure. Out of here. I want them to have a standard.
Well, the other thing is that the Cam Robinson trade basically eliminated any, just throwing Blake Fischer aside. That was what was kind of weird for me. They did win a game with Blake Fischer starting, though, against the Chargers, sir.
He had a solid day that day. Good job.
Did he? Or was CJ Stroud just getting rid of it every time that he saw, anyone out of the right side? He was just throwing it away immediately.
Well, when everybody in training camp, including, I always forget the guy's name, but he was the big white guy from Buffalo.
Starts with a W.
When everybody kicked his ass in training camp, and then he does it. I don't remember his name, but
Toohill,
Casey Toohill.
No, Toohill.
Yeah, when Toohill's beating him in training camp,
Toohill was working him like a damn stripper.
When Bird and Toohill and all those other guys take care of him in training camp, and he doesn't get beat that bad on game day, that's an improvement.
Yeah. Toohill was giving him that work. He was the can man.
Patrick with a very
Alpha Aaron.
This is very inside baseball.
Very niche, but very good throwback reference to the time.
That is
that Aaron Wilson
P1 reference when Aaron Wilson took a picture of the offensive line and said that Laken Tomlinson was out there when it was clear Patterson.
Yes, that's a all-time callback.
And you know what? We expect the all-timers to be at Spanky's in 15 days. 15 days from now, we'll be at Spanky's. We'll be at the Combine the 23rd through the 27th. It's going to be great coverage. We're here for you. But we're going to have a little send-off, and we're going to give you some gifts, and we're going to have some fun, and we're going to talk some football. This is where we really nerd out and enjoy the offseason. The Super Bowl will be behind us. Let's enjoy some Spankies, some beer, some pizza, the buffalo chicken wrap. I'm sure Cody, he might have two even because it's such a big occasion. Let's eat, drink, talk ball, get ready for the Combine at Spanky's the 20th. We need you there. We want you there. We'll be there.
Don't miss the buffalo chicken wrap. Don't miss the mac and cheese balls either. Those were delicious.
Don't miss the pasta.
On Tuesdays, you can not miss it for just $6.50.
50 is crazy, dude.
Yep.
50 is crazy.
Less than $12 for a large pizza after 4 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday. The specials are great. The happy hour each weekday, and the value's there even when it's the normal price on the menu. So you're getting even more value when you're getting the specials from Spanky's, and the food's delicious.
You say you love the draft, be there. Get ready for the Combine. We got some big things planned.
Oh, yeah.
For that. Real big things. So be there at Spanky's, the day oneers, the dinger. All right. So I need you to be a therapist for a second.
Oh, okay.
I saw this and I marked it because I was really, really concerned about this.
Swarm.
When I read it, it's from Rob. Rob seems very concerned. He says, just looking at this offensive depth chart is so depressing. The more I look at it, the more I realize we have no chance at playoffs with a generational D. Regression seems inevitable. Your thoughts?
Regression seems inevitable on the offense when they haven't done anything yet.
Well, he's just talking about where it sits right now. I'm assuming that he just doesn't see a fix. It's just such a big, sad thing for Rob. Do you share his sentiments?
No, not at all. I would expect that Noel's a better football player than last year. Same with Jaden Higgins. and second year in this system for Nico Collins and CJ Stroud should do wonders to improve the consistency with those two. I'm a little worried about the tight end spot, and there's paths to improve the offensive line over what it was last year and create some more consistency. Woody Marks should be a better football player than a year ago. Hopefully they use him in a role more suited for his skill set and have some accompaniment with him. But yeah, you can look at it right now. It looks like bullshit because they haven't done anything. So yeah, if they ran it back, I'd be pissed and think the same way, but they're not running it back.
I'm encouraged by the receivers. And I also think that maybe they can add like a back end piece or something like that. And Jalen Noel, I think, is the savior for CJ in the offense next year. The offensive line, I mean, obviously they're going to change that. If they roll out this offensive line again, then yeah, you have every reason to be concerned. The tight ends are pathetic. By the way, Dalton Schultz rehabbing. He's back. They're gonna figure something out with Dalton Schultz, and then they'll probably draft another tight end, but Dalton Schultz is back. That's they're just gonna run it back at the price. I'm assuming it's almost gonna be like they're gonna look at it as a franchise tag.
I guess so.
I mean they basically franchise tagged him 3 times and got.
I'm sure I need to ask Texans cap exactly, but like there's probably ways to keep it a 1-year deal and lower the cap hit this season.
Make it more than a 1-year deal. Like at this point, like he's playing at don't make it more than a 1-year deal at this point, please. Seriously.
Yeah, but you could lower how much the cap hit is this year, spread it out over the next few years.
Whatever. You know that stuff gives me a headache. I feel like I'm back in math class. Good Lord. Man, what's she wearing today?
Yeah, and I know you got to take your socks and shoes off to count to 20.
What? How does that make sense? I'm trying to. I like a good joke. I don't get that.
2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 fingers. You got 2 fingers.
Okay, over the head. Yeah. See, your point's proven even more by that dumbass question I just asked. And there you go.
Damn, I can't believe I've never heard that one.
Never heard it. But that was a good one. I might use that one day.
Rob, I'd like to subscribe a 6-pack of beer for you. That's how I'm going to treat your illness right now.
Come out to Spanky's. First beer on us. First 2 drinks on us. It doesn't even have to be a beer. First 2 drinks on us. Spanky's the 20th. Now, Thor brings up a good point. Spanky's is a long way from Maine. Shout out to Maine. I know we've been overseas a couple times. I think this is the first one from Maine. We've got in Australia, England, bunch of places, Germany, Maine. Shout out to Maine.
The Pine Tree State.
The Pine Tree State. Okay. JB the Annihilator has an interesting question here.
Also, one more useless thing about Maine. Apparently, the best potatoes in the United States come from Maine.
I thought they were from Idaho.
I thought they were too until Martha Stewart told me different.
Oh, she'd never lie.
Swarm.
JB the Annihilator says if Lee Hunter and that tight end Sadiq, put some respect on his name.
That tight end Sadiq
is in the board. What's our pick? Who do we pick? Dude, this is tough.
That's Texas Tech defensive tackle Lee Hunter and Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq.
You know what I want? I want the Will Anderson CJ Stroud remix where you're drafting at 2 and 12. In this case, it's 28 and 38. I want you to get them both. I want you to do a smaller version of the get them both. And I want you to pick which one you think it'll be harder to get. And then I want you to trade up right behind it. And I want you to do the late first round version of the Will Anderson, CJ Stroud, get them both 10 picks apart. So 2 to 12, the get them both. We need to have a get them both show. Mark this. Get them both. No, let's get 2 guys in the 28 to 38 where you get them both. Get them both show.
The get them both. The Rams always seem willing to listen to trade talks, and they're picking at 29th right now. So
yeah, and they already have an extra first round pick, so they will have already picked earlier.
Correct.
They get them both.
So hey, you want to move down 9 spots, pick up a future 3rd and 4th, and the Texans get to pick Kenyon Sadiq and Lee. Good God, I just go ahead and take the Sharpie and write an A next to the draft grade right away.
Yeah, I'll pull up my prep sheet. I don't want to be rude and not show people what I'm doing. So this is what I'm doing.
two just unique athletes at their positions.
So they get them both. So the remix 2023, 2 and 12 get both. And now it's 28, 38, 8 remix, get them both. So there we go. So there it is. So it's on the docket right there. You can kind of see my hints there with Caserio too. I thought he had some. Those are my notes from the Caserio interviews. Nobody parties like me. With the notes. So there we go. We got to do the get them both. But yeah, this is tough though. But let's just answer his question straight up.
I would draft Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, I think tight end is thin, man. But Lee Hunter, man, God, Lee Hunter.
I think there are guys closer to Lee Hunter at defensive tackle than there are guys closer to Sadiq at tight end.
Yeah. You keep seeing these mocks where like Styles falls to 25, and I'm like, dude, really? Like, no way.
That's Ohio State linebacker Sonny Styles.
Yeah, I need to start doing what I tell you to do. Sonny Styles out of Ohio State, number 0, crop top dude. Crop tops from Ohio State usually make impacts like the Ezekiel Elliott, their receivers. Like if you crop top,
but Bosa's crop topped it during games a couple times.
Both are crop tops, yeah. If Chase Young used to crop top a little bit, he started out
year this year.
Yeah, so, but yeah, if you can get.
Most people probably know Chase Young's on the Saints and actually had a really good year, by the way.
The Saints right now are like in card breaks, they're like the team that a lot of people want because for some reason the Tyler Shuck market is hot. I would sell every Tyler Shuck card I had if I were some.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
Not be the case in a year.
He won the Pepsi Rookie of the Year today. I would, if I had a Tyler Shuck anything, I'd get it to Shuck out of my collection.
Yeah, there you go. Good one, Cody. But yeah, I think you got to take Sadiq. I like Hunter. Styles is kind of the guy where I'm like, surely he's not going to be there. But yeah. I'll talk more about Caserio hints, Radio Row, a little bit later on in the locker room, 10:30. Might be on some of that
high-grade marijuana called Kush on the streets.
Possible.
Is that good for the cold?
The cold's getting better, man. The cold's getting better. I woke up today. I was a little bit drained. Vaseline on the nose because it's like so.
Feels like I got so much.
Yeah, so got the Vaseline. I'm on the up and up. And does it matter if it's good for the cold? Like, do I really need to worry about? Are the 12 sodas that you drink a day, are they good for you?
I don't drink 12 a day. That's just a wildly inaccurate number.
All right, 6. My bad.
You'd have to drink like 180 diet sodas in one day for it to be negatively affecting with the stuff that people like.
This
see the buzzword.
This is a lie, right?
Oh no, it's just science. You don't want to hear it, but it's just science.
So you would have to drink over 100 sodas for soda to negatively impact you.
You would die from having too much liquid in your body.
I'm not dying. Dying's not the standard I'm talking about here.
What I'm saying is you would die from having too much liquid in your body before the ingredients in an individual day in diet sodas hurt you.
I'm not talking about hurt. Now you're just getting crazy.
What are you talking about then? What does it matter if I drink 6 diet sodas a day? Who gives a shit?
It doesn't. You're debating it. You're
acting like it's like I'm doing meth.
Well, have you ever tried to stop sodas?
Yeah, I can stop whenever I want.
Did you shake?
No, that's the caffeine. That's different than sodas.
Did you get headaches? What do you mean? The caffeine's in the soda. Anyway.
Yeah, I could. But if I just drank Sprite Zero Chill, it had no caffeine, I'd get the shakes because it's the caffeine.
By the way, 144 lipstick now available at NRG. Go to NRG, tell them you want that 144 lipstick in the spirit of Christian Kirk. 144 lipstick available at NRG. It's the lipstick on the pig of your bad decisions and your bad years. All right, so let's talk about the WTF moments from the Texans. And this is in the spirit of the CJ Stroud haircut. But the CJ Stroud haircut is not in the same category, but it was an off-field thing that had the internet going nuts. Had a lot of people talking, discussing things. And I asked Cody, I said, "Hey, let's get some WTF moments." And Cody came up with a list. Real quick though, Jason Silver says, "Cody, let me know if you want more CJ Stroud cards for your giveaways and where I can send them." By the way, I would buy CJ Stroud cards on the market right now. That would be a buy. And not an aggressive buy. That would be a buy on the Tyler Shuck. That would be a buy. I probably would have sold after rookie year, so I wouldn't have them, but that would be a buy.
Yeah, send me an email, Jason. We can work that out for sure. For sure. CodyStoots@gmail.com.
CodyStoots@gmail.com. Now let's talk about the WTF moments from the spirit.
All right, there's some of these range from.
We need an FBI sounder, huh?
Just open up.
The OJ Simpson. Please open up. OJ Simpson from Naked Gun. Please open up.
These I just put them. I didn't put them in any order. I just was going through the weird off the field stuff that kind of just like, what the is going on here? So some of them are small, some of them are big, some of them are year-long, off-season long.
Texans WTFs.
Yeah. So let's just do this. This was a fun one. Teammate's dog bites Jadavian Clowney. DJ Swearinger had a dog get loose. It bit Jadavian Clowney on the hand. And the Texans acted like it was no big deal, even though Animal Patrol came and took the dog away. And they were not happy to talk about Clowney getting bit. And ultimately, Swearinger did not stick around the Texans much longer. He was there and then gone pretty quick. I don't think him and Bill O'Brien got along very well. But that was just a very...
You talking about him and Clowney or him and Swearinger?
Swearinger wasn't around much longer after this.
No, I know. But you said him and O'Brien didn't get along. You got to be more specific when we're talking about Clowney and anyone.
Yeah, no, I think DJ Swearinger was gone because O'Brien hated him.
It's a fact.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the Clowney's getting bit by a teammate's dog is just because he'd had an okay rookie season. It wasn't, didn't live up to the hype. And
didn't you break this story?
I did.
Did you get credit or did you get jacked?
Actually, I went looking around.
Alpha Aaron here.
I went looking around at previous outlets that had talked about the story, and a lot of places did give Sports Radio 610, which is who I worked for at the time, credit.
Okay. So you
even Pro Football Talk.
Oh, so they gave you the reference. There you go. How about that?
Yeah.
It's a good break by you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Can I be honest about this one though? As we talk about the Texans WTF moments.
What's that?
It really wasn't surprising. It was WTF, but like it wasn't like shocking.
I was afraid Clowney was going to get bit by something else that DJ Swearinger was in charge of.
Remember when Swearinger tried to flip his tried to skip his payment like at the car custom place?
And stole his car.
Yeah, he stole his car back after they did the work.
I forgot about this. Yeah.
That's honorable mention right there.
That is good. That is good.
Next Texans WTF moment.
I mean, the whole Deshaun Watson massage saga.
Crazy. Covering that was crazy because you had to like it was I was happy I had the education I did, like as far as news writing and investigative, to where you can read like and separate what, because a lot of times, like whenever civil lawsuits are read, it's almost presented. Some people react based on, well, this is like a prosecutor coming down. No, this is the person trying, like, for lack of a better term, that's suing the person and looking for a financial compromise or whatever. This is their words. So this is their outlook of it. And you had to read some of those things, and it was like, goodness gracious. They always tried to balance it, but man, it was nuts. That had the internet going more nuts than anything. No pun intended.
And it was after he'd requested to be traded. He has the first accusation, the very public denial of it on social media.
Was a bad move by him on Twitter, because as soon as that happened, if he hadn't done that, whoever advised him to tweet and bring more attention to it, that was his biggest mistake, and that was where he really set himself up.
Yeah. And then it was a few more names, and then it got up to however many names, and then there was the whole story about how he used all these different massage therapists, and it just the whole story was just what's going on here. All while they couldn't trade him. They couldn't trade him because of that.
Yeah, they were patient.
Which actually, thank God, because they probably would have just
traded him to the Jets.
Well, traded him to the Jets and drafted it too, or traded him to San Francisco and drafted with some of those picks.
Yep.
So Zach Wilson or Mac Jones would have been the quarterback probably. Would not have loved that.
There's some people so down on CJ. They're kind of like, yeah, would have loved it. That's how down some people are on CJ right now.
There are some down people. How about this one? And this one's a little bit more football-y than some of the other ones, but just the timing of it was just, what's going on? And I can remember exactly where I was. I just got my hair cut, and I looked at my phone and found out that Brian Gaine had been knifed in the back in the middle of the summer and fired as the general manager of this team.
Yeah, and then Jack Easterby tried to deny that he had anything to do with it. When I was talking to him, I was like, dude, you're so stupid. No, but you were shocked. Cal McNair just woke up and decided it was Cal's decision. I'm like, get the F out of here, dude.
Yeah, it's just I think it was a Friday as well. It was a Friday afternoon, and the Texans just fired Brian Gaine.
After one season, 11-5. Not that he was great or anything, but that was kind of weird.
Yeah, he drafted Lonnie Johnson, so let's not romanticize him too much.
And then Jack Easterby tried to plant the race story. Allegedly. I don't know about that one. That might be too much.
Yeah, the Texans did a pretty good job of distancing his firing away from the race story. I don't know if that, that was. And then shortly after that,
Jack was such a bad guy.
Well, this is Easterby associated, because shortly after that, the Texans were hit with tampering allegations for Nick Caserio. They were hit with allegations of tampering
at the Super Bowl party in the buffet line.
Exactly. Because Easterby went to the Super Bowl party to get his ring from the Patriots and tried to recruit Nick Caserio. And the Patriots were like, dudes, you can't just take our guy. So get out of here. So
yeah,
that, and it kind of all just rolls into ultimately what is the whole Jack Easterby saga.
I asked him, I was like, dude, what's your biggest, seriously, what have you done here? What do you hang your hat on? And he was like, getting Nick Caserio here. That's what he said. Okay, well, all right.
Cool.
Kind of went through a lot for that to happen, but all right.
How about all that stuff you screwed up on the way?
Yeah, that was weird, but okay.
Not getting a pick for JJ on the way out the door. Not getting a pick for Will Fuller on the way out the door.
I always think it's funny. Thank God Hannah stepped in is the thing. And it's yeah, I guess she kind of caught on. And I know that I know they listened to what was being said on the radio. I know this for a fact. But and he did get extremely exposed. I still think I had, and I'm not just making this up, I had a little bit to do with exposing and bringing attention. But she was drinking the Kool-Aid for a while. I know she might have come to her senses, but she was a Kool-Aid drinker for a while.
Yeah, she was Leela Remini, for those who get the reference. Was a Scientologist and left Scientology. She was in on it until she wasn't.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. She might or might not call him the POS. Might or might not. Wonder where she got that.
Can't imagine. How about a CJ Stroud centric one?
Okay.
Remember when CJ Stroud was out with Amber Rose after the charity softball game at Minute Maid.
Yep.
Yeah, people did not like the star quarterback being associated with her.
Yeah, and I don't know why. So I understand that it's not quite on brand with CJ. But someone was like saying that she's cursed him. I saw that Derek Lewis said it. Yes, sir. Like whatever you say, my friend. But like other people who are saying it, she makes guys better when she's with them. Like if he would have been with her, we're probably talking about 2 Super Bowls and like probably like a $80 million contract. Kanye was starting to take over the world when he was with her at first. That was when he was putting out his best stuff. Wiz Khalifa was one of the biggest names in hip hop. Like 21 Savage was just killing it. This was before he got exposed as someone that's from like Britain. Like this is like Amber Rose. I think is kind of the opposite. Someone say she even flipped the election, but and then I bring up Amber Rose with our girl at Spanky's. By the way, if you haven't heard, we're going to be at Spanky's the 20th, and she will be there for sure. She's one of the greatest. She likes chicks, and I asked her about Amber Rose. You would have thought that you're talking about like Kelly Kapowski back in my day on Saved by the Bell. Like that is like her go-to. She was almost offended that I even tried to compare anyone else to Amber Rose. Am I lying?
No, you're right. I was right there.
It's like Amber Rose. Oh my God. And then another. Amber Rose, the best. I don't know. But yeah, WTF moment on top of a tangent.
Yeah. Then I guess I don't know if there was anything there beyond just walking around to her car, but there you go. Speaking of who you associate with, I know people remember when Isaiah Carey from Fox 26 ambushed Arian Foster outside his house. Arian Foster had been accused of being a deadbeat dad, hadn't talked about it, was putting his trash out one day, and Isaiah Carey from Fox 26 is out there with the camera, starts asking him questions about, hey, the baby mama drama and all that kind of stuff. And that was when Arian was already a little unfond of the media. That's when he got very weird with the media after that because he felt like they did not respect him at that moment.
Yeah, I would say that. James says everybody had a tragic downhill. Look up when Amber Rose and Kanye dated. Like he dominated for like 15 years. He became a billionaire. He became like a big time billionaire. He should have stayed with her.
Hey, maybe he wouldn't have had some very questionable moments in the
Arian Foster ambush outside of his home. Yeah, I really didn't follow that one as much.
It was just it was the start of Arian hates the media, basically. Or it really kicked it into high gear and he never trusted him again. And he had the kind of the weird media availabilities and stuff like that. So
Arian, didn't he go vegan for a week or something, or like a month?
Yeah, it's all sorts of different stuff.
Arian,
He never really wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, he went real weird, and then he acted like he didn't ever like football. And the people who played with him were like, I don't think that was true. I think that's kind of like hardo revisionist history.
Yeah. And then my last one was the Matt Schaub pick 6 fallout. People going by his house, throwing stuff in his yard. That was not good. The funny one off the pick 6 stuff was a local place did the Matt Schaub pick 6 burger where you pick 6 toppings for your burger.
Damn. All right, go ahead. All right, welcome to, what was it called?
It was Skeeter's, I believe, was the place that did it.
All right, let's act this out. Role play here on SNL. Welcome to Skeeter's. May I take your order? Would you like to try our Matt Schaub pick 6 burger?
Yeah, I'd like the Matt Schaub pick 6 burger. I'd like American cheese, cheddar cheese, bacon, grilled onions. Let's do mayonnaise and you know what? Let's double up on the bacon.
Double bacon. My God. Yeah. Okay.
Double bacon, double cheese, grilled onions, and some mayo.
Okay.
My Matt Schaub pick 6 burger.
Okay. And mine will be on his check, by the way. Let me get before I get there, can I get a large milkshake and a large fry? Add chili and cheese, please. Oh, wow. Y'all got chicken tenders. Throw those on there too. And now I'll get to the burger. I will take a burger with cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, jalapenos, and mustard. There you go. I think you didn't say I had to be like crazy. I just want, I got the 6.
Hey, I'll just take the regular burger and add jalapenos. This is worse than the time I asked you to make a sandwich and you just made a club.
Club sandwiches are so good. It's kind of a lost art these days, though. It's kind of a lost art these days. By the way, sir, your total is 83.47.
I wonder if I could see. I think that it was like a pretty reasonable price for the burger, if I remember correctly. Oh man, I wish I could find it.
I mean, back in those days, food was more reasonable. Like even back then, like Schaub. I'm gonna go back like 10. You go back a decade, like you won't believe the difference in prices now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. 6 toppings on a burger, though. That's, for one price, that's a good deal.
You know what's crazy? That the Texans have only, in the Caserio D'Amico era, have only drafted two guys in the first round. That's kind of wild. And it was the first 3 picks of their first draft, and they haven't made a first round pick since.
Yeah, because they traded out a 2024 for Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously they traded out a 2025 and ultimately got Higgins and used some of that other stuff to move around on day 2.
Yep.
They're in the perfect spot at 28. They're in the perfect spot if one of these teams at the top of the second round wants to take a swing on a quarterback.
Yep. That's the beauty of it. I don't know if there's a quarterback or anything. Like if there's anything, that's typically when teams will like trade up, like especially in, I mean, why not? You trade back 3-4 spots. I do wonder if they're going to be, I've always thought it was weird where like if you're a Texans fan, and obviously we stream during the draft, so that's kind of our version of a draft party, but like I always think it's weird when people say, by the way, I didn't mean to like polarize people with Amber Rose stuff. I was just kind of talking about her history and how much people love her. So I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. But like if I go to a draft party and they trade out, like I'm not disappointed. Like it's not like I went to a concert and the artist didn't show up. Like I hear people like when they traded out of the first round last year. Now, I understand not having a draft party if you don't have a first round pick and there's no possibility of it. Because there's we have a nerdy following during the draft to where people just like to talk about the draft. By the way, Spankies, 3 Fridays from now. I know you love that one, Cody. 15 days from now, Spankies, Sharpstown. We'll see you there. But like if I went to a draft party and they traded out, that would just make me more excited and I would and generate more discussion. Like, I don't think that's like a disappointment. Like, are you really going to a draft party for like 10 seconds of, yay, the guy, yay, they're on the clock? No, man. Like, I don't understand why they say that.
I like your theory. It just get excited for day 2 if they trade out of the first round.
Yeah, I don't get it. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But 28's a perfect spot to, if somebody who felt strongly about one of these wide receivers or felt strongly about a quarterback, that's a great spot for somebody to jump up. And, I'm just looking at the order here, like, the Jets probably not, but maybe Arizona.
JB Bubblehead, how many showers is so the 20th? That's 3 Cody showers.
Are you trying to create this myth that I don't shower every day?
Yes, JB. I don't know where he got that from, but Yeah. So by Spanky's, he will have taken 3 showers.
I'll have taken 15 showers between now and Spanky's.
So we will. You'll see. The fact that you're stuck on only 1 shower a day is kind of crazy too. Like you're kind of telling on yourself there, because you're saying that 15, like no compromise. You're saying 15. You didn't say at least 15. You said 15. So you're actually kind of digging yourself in more of a hole.
A shower a day is not enough now?
Sometimes things happen. Sometimes you go outside.
Well, obviously, if I fell down into some dog shit, I'd take a shower.
That's why you say at least 15. Like you
Good
said
God.
15, like you have a number on it. People, am I making this up? You said
I
it.
will have
this up.
I will have 15
People, you're not
expected
helping his face.
I will have 15 expected showers with the ability to add an additional shower should I need it or deem it necessary.
So there you go. So at least 15. Thank you.
Jeez.
So there you go.
Stupid.
So do you think they use a first this year? Are we going to get number 3? Are they going to use a first this year?
I actually, if I had to bet, I would bet on them trading back.
Okay.
I actually don't think it's out of the question they trade up either. I don't think they pick 20.
I don't think it's out of the possibility that they trade up either. I think there is fall in love potential with this draft, especially guys that are going to fall to. Julian Love's the one that everyone talks about, and it's like
Jeremiah Love.
Excuse me, I mixed up
the Notre Dame running back.
Yeah, it's just like a ping pong of going back and forth. Then you have Price, all this, but yeah, Love is the one that everyone talks about. Feels like he's going to go top 15, and it won't be possible, but you never know.
I mean, I just, if there's a player the Texans love, I look at Philadelphia at 23. The Texans and Philly have a long history together. And, moving up from 28 to 23 wouldn't be too bad.
Styles just feels like an eagle. It just feels like he just falls in their lap.
Oh my God, he would. They'd hang up the phone and just run the pick in.
Yeah, they always seem to just say thank you. Thank you for letting this guy fall to us. Jalen Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Just whatever. Thank you. Oh, we'll just draft Georgia, guys. It's okay. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It's worked out fine. Although it feels like that thing's a house of cards in Philadelphia right now.
Oh yeah, because Nick Sirianni is an idiot. I said after their season ended, and one of our big viewers, he tried calling me out and saying it was my dumbest take. I think it was actually one of the smartest things that I've said. And I know that's not like a high bar, but I would have fired Nick Sirianni after the season and called John Harbaugh and said, come back where it all started, where you were our special teams coach, and let's figure this thing out. I don't, and at the time he had Todd Monken, who would have been the OC. He ended up getting hired in Cleveland, but I think it's inevitable that this doesn't end well, like in Philadelphia with Nick Sirianni. It's very inevitable. Like if you're going to be a walk around coach, you have to not be a pain in the ass jackass. Like you have to be kind of a uniter instead of a divider if you're a walk around head coach. Like you look at the quote walk around head coaches. Like I don't consider D'Amico that. I still think it's his defense, but like Jimmy Johnson, like the guys who aren't calling offense, John Harbaugh. Like if you're gonna be a walk around head coach, you can't be an obnoxious jackass like Nick Sirianni. And I don't think he's the worst coach in the world, but at some point it kind of boils over. Like it's inevitably not going to end well.
Well, you don't run off the well-respected offensive line coach that helped build one of the strengths of your team either.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. People were talking about him with the Texans. They don't know about King Cole. Y'all need to get over that. Like King Cole King Cole does not need help. Cole Popovich is the king of this offense, and he's one of the kings. Yeah, you're not noticing what's going on. Open up your eyes to what's going on with the offense. King Cole is a big thing around here. That's why Cody avoids the king.
Oh yeah.
You don't like Burger King though, do you?
I don't.
It's good, dude. It's good. I'm telling you. It's got-
When you want a Whopper, though, there's nothing that comes close to a Whopper.
Well, that's what you get. You get the double Whop, but they also have double Whopper. Excuse me. But they've just kept their game consistent, and the value menu they've added to it, like all these other places falling off. I saw that my Dave Thomas theory that I've been throwing out for like 10 years is now a GIF. It's not because of me. It's because everybody can see. But like Wendy's fell off when Dave died.
I believe that.
Yeah. When's the last time you ate at Wendy's? Let me guess. Last week.
It's been a while. It's probably I probably had like a value bag like in October or something. It's not Wendy's is not on the go-to.
It ain't no value no more, brother.
No.
That's the other thing. They used to have the dollar menu that was a real value. It ain't no value no more.
Yep. There we go. FBI, open up.
How's that FBI?
Accused me of eating Wendy's last week. No, I ate a Cookout 3 times last week. Damn it,
Cookout.
buddy! You would love Cookout.
I don't even know what it is.
It is a fast food place, and you order. You say, "Can I get a tray?" And that's an entree, and then you get.
I heard you and Wolfman talking about this.
And then you get a couple of different accessories to your entree, and then you just add on to it, and it's excellent. They make their own Polynesian sauce, which is better than the Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce. The Cookout sauce is great. It's better than Cane's sauce. Their ranch is good. Not every fast food place's ranch is good. You keep looking at me like I'm got 2 heads. I'm just listing off the things in addition to the food that's good. They got walking tacos, which are delicious. You put a little hot sauce in there. You can mix and match shake flavors. So I got a chocolate cherry Heath shake last week. Cookout would make $1 bazillion in Houston.
Swarm.
Oh, says the offense sucks and CJ has a 28 rating. No excuse. Not humble. He thinks he's top 5 and has a dad bod. No more IG posts and podcasts. Not hungry. Like D?
Like defense, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. So the defense. Okay. Yeah.
All right, lots to unpack here.
I think he's basically combining 2023 to now. I think all the clips are kind of just getting thrown together.
Lot to unpack here. All right, the 28 rating is a QB rating from the last game.
Not good.
Not humble and thinks he is top 5. Probably doesn't think that right now. That clip was from 2024 before the season started. Has a dad bod. Okay. And doesn't want him to post on Instagram or go on podcast because he's not hungry like the defense. I maybe a little critical and combining some things into one, but yeah, CJ's going to need to show out and do much better than he did this past 2 years.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for another segment we're gonna have in a sec. Yeah, I would if he's not humbled by now, then that's going to be a problem. I do think that to take your point, which is kind of like I think a 3-year lifetime achievement thing, from the start of the offseason to the last time we saw him on the field, I do think he would probably like to take back the 2023 offseason. 2023, 2024 offseason. Yeah. That after the 2024 offseason, I guess you can call it.
His first NFL offseason.
He probably didn't handle that very well. He's kind of hinted at it, but I would think that would be something that he would want back.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree. The dad bod shot doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I'll say this. I don't know if the dad bod thing is true, but I will say that he's not a very athletic quarterback. He's a bottom half starting QB athlete, right?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially since he came back. What do you have, like 30 yards total in the 9 games? Yeah. Yeah. 20 in the final 20 in the final regular season, and I think 11 yards in the playoffs.
He finished 16th in quarterback rushing yards last year.
And all of that was before he went down.
Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota finished ahead of him.
Yes.
Obviously, Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts and Lamar.
Yeah, not great. All right, so we have some fast food takes. These always get a little bit crazy. So let's see what the craziest fast food takes that we created here. James says that Wendy's is terrible.
It's not my go-to. It's not my go-to by any means.
JB the Annihilator, though, says their breakfast food is good.
Wendy's burgers are so greasy. I just feel like that breakfast has got to be just a grease ball.
Oh, it is. Donnie says got fries from Wendy's yesterday for my wife. He said that they ate 3 pieces and threw it away. I don't believe that. We're eating the whole box of fries. You know that.
I don't like their fries.
Yeah, I don't either. But let's be serious.
Why do you call Danny a liar?
A lot of love on because he didn't eat just 3 fries. Let's be real. Even the shittiest fries in the world, you're eating all of them. I'm not calling him a liar. I think his point is they sucked.
Yeah.
But three fries, that's crazy. Good discipline if you did that. Spicy chicken getting love. I can understand that. Yusuf says you might have inspired him to get Canes. Not a bad decision. Big Canes fan here.
I just did you see the have you ever seen in person? I've seen it obviously on the internet. Have you ever seen in person the naked tenders from Canes?
Yeah, I had them.
Are they any good?
HDAV Traveler, shout out to you, my friend. No, but it's a tough get. Like if you're trying to eat healthy and I went on like the January cleanse, okay, but no, it's not. It's
just make it home.
It's tough, dude.
Gotcha.
It's tough, dude. Like it's rough. I mean, props to them for at least offering them, but man, it's tough. It's a rough thing.
Have you ever had Pete Terry's?
Never heard of Pete Terry's.
It's like a Austin institution that I guess has made its way to the outskirts of Houston.
Never had it. Have not.
Apparently, it's very good.
So there we go. The latest about the Texans staff. So there was an interview. Alpha Aaron reported yesterday. I guess the Arizona defensive coordinator. I don't know if they're going to perform their interviews or not. I know Breer had the report that they were perhaps interested in talking to some Texans. Aaron had the next day. I think Aaron said that they were candidates too. So we'll give it to Breer. 24-hour rule. What? It's a 24-hour rule. What's wrong with you? 24-hour rule. And then
Dino Vasso is the guy that people would be like, oh, he's the defensive back coach.
Dino Vasso's been coaching for like 15 years.
Hey, bro. Alpha Aaron here.
24 hours later. So I would look out for him. And then the assistant linebackers coach is interviewing for an actual linebacker coach role per the Alpha.
Ben Bowling, the one that got fired?
I guess, yes.
Allegedly fired because the Texans haven't announced any staff changes.
When we start going to like assistant coaches and stuff, I don't pretend to know who these guys are. I would love to pretend for you, but I'm not going to pretend for you people. And I do mean you people. It's just not going to happen. It's just not really in my nature.
Okay.
But I do think Dino Vasso and Rod Wright are really good coaches. I will say that. Like, I think they're really, really good coaches. And I think eventually D'Amico might have to become an asshole like Sean Payton and fire Matt Burke so that he can keep Rod Wright or Dino. Just like he did his guy Joe Lombardi because he didn't want Davis Webb to get an elevated gig. You can't lose Dino and Rod Wright.
Well, Rod Wright's not been talked about with anybody.
The other thing is, like, could you change Matt Burke's role to where he's like a assistant head coach / something else and then make one of these guys the DC?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't even know if they'll be good DCs. I just think they're really good position coaches. And it's not just based on their dogs because they both have the best duos at their respective positions. I just think they're good. I think Rod Wright's good. Another Nick Caserio hint today, which was how we started the show. Nick Caserio actually mentioned Rod Wright by name, credited him for Tommy Togiai and why they're able to just bring in guys off the street and get them ready. It's hard not to think that maybe he has something to do with that.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I don't know that I can like 100% credit like, oh, Will Anderson's a badass. Obviously, I think Rod Wright deserves to sit, but you could be cynical and dismiss it. Oh, Danielle Hunter's getting sacks. Oh, yeah, never seen that before. Like, you could be cynical and dismiss that. I don't think you can dismiss Togiai and what these other guys are doing with Rod Wright. And I don't think you can watch him actually work. So like some position coaches, I won't name names, but we watch them and we're like, what the fuck does he do? Like, because I'm always sitting by you at practice. I'm like, what the fuck does he even do? Like, what is his, like, what makes him like a good coach? Like, is there something I'm missing? Like, he's basically just running drills. Like, he's basically like someone that's like monitoring the diving board at a summer camp. All right, go, kid. All right, go. All right, jump. All right, hey, swim to the side, jump. That's what some of those position coaches look like. Rod Wright's out there acting out. Dino is acting out. And then you see like the development and guys getting better that aren't the top guys. And it's like, okay, these guys might know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of D'Amico's biggest challenges. I don't think that there's any threat of D'Amico Ryans losing offensive coordinators anytime soon. But as far as the defensive staff, I think it's a possibility.
What? Wouldn't that be great if Kaylee got a head coach job? It means the offense is worth a shit.
And then I go to Ancestry and try to see if maybe they can get some draft picks for Nick Caley, like Mike McDaniel style. What if every like GM like sees the Mike McDaniel thing and they're like, all right, this guy just got a job. We got to get your Ancestry before we let you go, man. There might be a chance.
Yeah, because San Fran's going to get picks for Saleh.
Yeah.
And so if your coordinator gets promoted to a head coaching job and he's a minority, you get draft picks. And it also works for front office people too. So if you're assistant to the general manager, you get a general manager job, you also get draft picks for that.
Brand's lying. Taco Bell is straight garbage. That's a lie.
That's wrong.
That's a total fib. That's crazy. So that's on the staff. But yeah, you do get the picks. So
I watched a video about what's coming out in 2026 at Taco Bell. I'm very excited.
Dude, that dip goes hard, bro.
I told you it's good, isn't it?
It goes in like because I like the Nacho Supreme, but it's just like when you get to the bottom of the chips, it's just kind of like
soft. It doesn't maintain texture.
Yeah, and it's not consistent. But the dip, they actually did a good job with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Taco Bell's doing a deal. They need to stop this chicken nugget shit, though.
That's a bit.
They need to stop this. Honestly, you know what? They should sponsor the show.
Taco Bell?
Yeah, I'm reaching out to them.
I mean, there's nobody who knows more about Taco Bell than me and you.
Yeah,
zero. It's not like there's zero that know more about Taco Bell than you and me. And appreciate Taco Bell. It's my daughter's favorite food item is from Taco Bell. Watch this. I can bring it up and I bet she'll want to go. Avery. Hold on. Avery.
He's gonna get the. You got to take her to Taco Bell though. If you're gonna
react, she's probably gonna make me look like a jackass. Come here. Hey, you happy? Hey, say hi.
Hi.
Who is that?
Eddie.
Oh, she knew who you were.
Hi.
Hey, do you like Taco Bell? The cheese roll up? You like the cheese roll up? Do you want to eat a cheese roll up? You want a cheese roll up? All right. An excuse for me to go to Taco Bell, and I just used my daughter to do it. Thank you. I didn't want to. She made me. Okay. Thank you very much. She knew your name, man.
That's great.
You're memorable, dude.
Thanks.
There you go. So now I got to go to Taco Bell, damn it. I'm
Oh.
trying not to, but damn it, I got to go to Taco Bell.
Twist your arm, huh?
All right. Anyway.
Also, I've been sitting on this since literally the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yes.
No. You mentioned Hunter Deckers, the Iowa State quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'll bring this. It has a Houston connection to it. He was Jalen.
22.
Yeah, he was Noel's quarterback. And then I was like, I feel like he was pretty decent. Like, why didn't him? Why didn't he keep going? He got caught gambling on the game. That's why he had to sit out a year. He had to miss all of 2023 because he was gambling on football games and got caught. Played at Iowa Western, which is a community college, went undrafted. Why does this matter? He's a quarterback for the Houston Gamblers for the UFL. So he's in Houston, just like Jalen Noel.
Oh, Lord. AZN, it's AVRI. Yeah, no AVRY. But yeah. So he's a gambler. So, okay. There you go.
Funny. He ends up on the Houston Gamblers. His college career gets derailed because of gambling.
Someone's got to ask him about that.
Well,
who would cover a gambler's game, though, to ask him that?
Hey, bro. Alpha Aaron here.
We need to get Alpha Aaron out there. He needs to ask him about if there was any hesitation for being on the Gamblers after his gambling, and he needs to tag his agent.
Do you have an agent after something like that happens? I don't know. Yeah. Hunter Deckers, Gamblers quarterback.
Swarm.
Obeck on the chat says, imagine Josh Allen. We are Super Bowl champ. Yeah, I mean, obvious. You probably win 3 in a row. Like,
imagine Josh Allen with the Texans defense. Like, they dominate.
Yeah. I mean, that's imagine if they had the best quarterback in the league. That'd be awesome.
Imagine if the Broncos had their starting quarterback when they played the Patriots.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I feel bad for you people who don't appreciate the greatness of Taco Bell. I really do.
Yes, they do have a mini taco salad now.
Yeah. You can order, dude. The ordering on the app. Normally I just kind of roll my eyes at it, but Taco Bell, you can customize everything. Like you can customize like hard, crispy chicken tacos. Like you can customize everything now on there. It's crazy. Like it's a game changer. And
one of the underrated things about is you can get stuff that typically isn't grilled.
Yep. You can get the grilled and it's not even extra. You can get like a bean burrito and have it grilled. You can get like it's ridiculous, man. Like it's just ridiculous. And they're not even paying it. This is just a lifestyle, man. Lifestyle we chose. Spanky's again on the 20th. 15 showers from now or at least 15 showers. I'm trying to make sure I'm giving you a chance.
At least 15 showers from now.
Okay. And don't forget to go to NRG if you haven't picked it up yet for the lady. 144 lipstick. It's a lipstick on the pig of all your bad decisions. It can make a bad year right in one Pittsburgh primetime night. Get yours before Valentine's Day. 144 lipstick. All right. Appreciate everyone for rolling through. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like. Be sure to ride along. And be sure to always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.